back, everybody, to another episode of Coffee with Champions. I am your host, Thorboski, and today we are looking at another episode in my Core Plus series where we take a hero pack and add it into the core set box and come up with a viable deck that will work and function well. Today we are looking at Simon Williams, also known as Wonderman. We have his 15 cards, 16 if you count his Ionic Physiology set or card. We will be using 3 copies of Everywhere at Once. It is a X cost aerial thwart. Play only if your identity has the aerial trait, which luckily Wonderman does. It is a thwart. Choose X schemes, remove 2 threat. Sorry about that, folks. Had some technical difficulties there. We'll be running 3 copies for Justice. It is a hero action thwart. Remove 3 threat from the scheme. 4 if you pay with a mental resource. There's not many mentals in this set, on this deck, but there's still the possibility of removing more threat. We'll be running 3 copies of Unified Strike. When an ally uses a basic power, exhaust your hero. Add your hero's matching power to that ally for this use. That ally does not take consequential damage, which is incredible, because we will be using Hawkeye Ally. He enters play with 4 arrow counters on him. After a minion enters play, remove 1 arrow counter from Hawkeye, deal 2 damage to that minion. We'll want Hawkeye to be staying around for minion control. We'll also be playing Vision as well. Action, spend a lightning resource, choose 4 or attack. Until the end of the phase, Vision gets +2 to that power, limit once per round, which is also going to be incredible with Unified Strike. And we have Maria Hill. She's a great blocker. She's great at drawing a card. Not much else. We'll also be having allies Mockingbird. When she enters play, stuns or confuses an enemy. We have Swordsman. When a boost card is turned face up during an attack, declare Swordsman as a defender without exhausting him. So he might be able to block for 2 attacks for us. And then we'll be having Nick Fury. He is great for either card draw, removing threat, or dealing damage when he enters play. We're running 3 copies of Stronger Together. It is a hero interrupt. When a character other than your hero take any amount of damage, if that character shares a trait with a hero, reduce that damage by your defense. We'll be running 3 copies of Relentless Assault. It's an attack. Deal 5 damage to a minion. Like are using a physical resource. This attack gains overkill. We will also be using 1 copy of Triskelion for just in case we have more than 3 allies out in play. I don't see that happening, but we'll also be running a copy of Coordinated Effort. Not only is it a wild resource, but we also put it on either the villain in play or the main side scheme to help thin our deck if we chose to do so. Most importantly, I'll be running a copy of Cameo in this deck. Cameo is probably one of the most overpowered cards I've seen in a card game in quite some time. I am so looking forward to exploiting it. For this game, we'll be using Shuri from the core set to be the signature ally. The way Cameo works is after you draw your starting hand, or this gets set aside at the start of the game, and after you resolve any mulligans, then you will discard 2 cards, remove this card from the game, and then shuffle Shuri into the player deck. So that way you can try and draw her at a later time. Today, we'll be playing Klaw, using Standard 1, and also using the Bomb Scare module set. So, without further ado, I'm going to pause the video, and with a little bit of magic, I'm going to shuffle up and get us ready for the game. Alright, welcome back, everyone. I have all this set up. I'm going to shuffle my player deck one more time, just that way no one thinks I'm doing anything funny. I will draw my starting hand. I have Energy, Triskelion, Hawkeye, Starstruck, Mockingbird, and Nick Fury. I will keep Energy, and I will discard the rest. So I'll draw 5 more. Maria Hill, Active Altruism, Stronger Together, Everywhere All at Once, and Wonder Fans. And then I will choose 2 of these cards to discard. I will discard Everywhere All at Once and Stronger Together to remove Cameo from the game. I will grab my Shuri ally and shuffle that in. Also, I have what happens when I flip over phase 1A. I'm not sure if I should have done this first. For all intents and purposes for this game, it should not matter much. Other games, you might want to double check the rulebook, or I could post an explanation of the rules in the comments section below. So, when revealed, discard from the top encounter deck until minions discarded. Put that into play. Engage with the first player. He is put into play. So Weapons Runner will enter play. He has Surge, but the Surge will not activate. I have health counters here for Klaw and for Wonderman. Klaw starts at 12 health. Wonderman starts at 11. And time for me to start my turn. I will spend 2 to play Maria Hill. She will come in, and I will draw a card. Ionic Blast. Let's see. I will spend Ionic Blast to play Wonder Fans. Alter Ego action. I will exhaust Wonder Fans to draw a card. I draw. What are you? I will jump up in the hero form with Wonder Man. And let's see. I will spend. Play active altruism, spending what are you to overpay. To remove a total of 3 threat, I will remove that 3 threat from Defense Network, discarding that. And that will be tucked underneath Wonder Man. And then I will attack Weapons Runner for 2. He is dead. And then Maria Hill, I will have her attack Klaw for 1. And that will be the end of my turn. I will ready up. And I'll draw 5 cards. Mr. Hollywood, Ionic Blast, Unified Strike, for Justice, another Unified Strike. Alright, the villain phase will begin. I will start by putting 1 threat on the main, and then Klaw will attack. He gets 1 additional boost card, but Maria Hill will be defending for this. So a boost of 1 total, just enough to defeat Maria Hill. End of turn, encounter card. Solid Sound Body, attached Klaw. Klaw gains Retaliate 1. After this character's attack, deal 1 damage to the attacking character. I can spend 1 of mental, physical, and energy resource to discard this. End of the turn, my turn. I will spend 1 Unified Strike to play Mr. Hollywood. I will spend, let's see, I will thwart the main down to 0. And then I will spend, let's see, I will spend 1 to play Ionic Blast, and I'll overpay for 2. So that will deal 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage to an enemy. 7 damage to Klaw. Ionic Blast gets tucked underneath. And I will put Klaw at 4 health. Then I will drop down to Alter Ego. I will exhaust Wonder Fans to tuck a card from my discard underneath Ionic Physiology. I will tuck Starstruck, and that will be the end of my turn. I will ready up and draw. Unified Strike, Starstruck, Shuri, Everywhere All at Once, Jet Belt, and For Justice. I'll start the villain phase, putting 1 on the main scheme. Klaw will scheme for 2, a base of 2 with 2 boost cards. Total of 4. So 5 total on there now. Encounter card. When revealed, you are confused, or you're already confused, this card gains Surge. So, Wonder Man is confused. Alright, back to the start of the hero phase. I will spend Jet Belt and For Justice to play Shuri. When Shuri enters play, search my deck for an upgrade and add it to my hand. Actually, I'm gonna walk that back. I'm gonna spend everywhere all at once, not jet belt. So I will search my deck for an upgrade, add it to my hand. It will be the signature sunglasses. Actually, you know what? I am going to change that. I will be adding coordinated effort instead, because I think that will be more beneficial. Shuffle that up, put it back. Alright, I will exhaust Wonder Fans to draw a card. Energy Siphon, that's a great card to draw. I will jump up in the hero form. I will play Energy Siphon and dealing 1 damage to myself. To use a total of 2 resources to play Jet Belt. I will put Coordinated Effort onto Klaw. And then I will play Unified Strike on Shuri. So Shuri will thwart. I will exhaust Wonderman to add my 2 thwarting on there. So she will thwart for a total of 3 off of the main, dropping that back down to 2. And then I will spend 1 after that to place, that will get tucked underneath actually. And I will gain health. And then after that I will play Starstruck, exhausting Jet Belt. And I will overpay using Mr. Hollywood. And what Starstruck does is deal damage to an enemy equal to your attack. If you overpay for this card with an energy resource, stun that enemy. So that will deal 4 damage to Klaw, knocking out the first stage. With Klaw defeated, he will move to the second stage of him. He will get 18 health, but that will get boosted up to 28 health, because when he enters play, we will look for the Immortal Klaw side scheme. And that will have 3 threat on there. And he will also be stunned. And that will be the end of my turn. I will ready up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Let's see what I got. Relentless Assault, Stronger Together, Everywhere All at Once, Active Altruism, and Swordsman. 2 threat will get added onto the main. Klaw will start to initiate an attack, but is stunned, so that attack is cancelled. Oh yes. I also got hit with Retaliate 1, but then, yes. Okay. And then encounter card. When revealed, choose to either take 2 damage or place 1 threat on main. I will take the 2 damage, dropping Wonderman down to 8 health. That will be the end of the turn. Villain phase. Now will be my turn. I will exhaust Jet Belt to discard a card from underneath Ionic Physiology for a energy resource, and I will spend Swordsman for the physical resource to play Relentless Assault. Deal 5 damage to a minion. If you pay for this card using a physical resource, which I did, it gains Overkill. So that will take 2 damage to Hydra Bomber, and then 3 damage to the Klaw. So he will go down to 25 health. Active Altruism. I will play, and I will tuck Relentless Assault underneath Wonderman, so he gains 1 health. He's back up at 9. Now I will play Everywhere All at Once. So I will choose 2 schemes, which will be the main and the Klaw. And Remove 2 threat from each 3 if I overpaid for this card. So I'll be spending 1, 2, and then overpaying with Mr. Hollywood. So that'll be a total of 3. So 3 off the main, and then 3 off Immortal Klaw, which will defeat that. And then Klaw's health will drop down to 15. Oh shoot, before that I should have basic thwarted to clear my confused. And then Shuri will thwart the last off the main. She'll take 1 damage. And then I will drop down to Alter Ego. And that will be the end of my turn. I will ready up, draw 6 cards. Vision, Energy Siphon, Starstruck, Signature Sunglasses, Active Altruism, and Stronger Together. 1 threat gets added onto the main. Klaw will scheme for a base of 2. 3 total. Total of 4 on the main. Encounter card. Klaw's Vengeance. Discard 1 card at random from my hand. Starstruck, which stinks, but not the worst thing ever. I'll put that in my discard pile. It will now be my turn. I will spend Stronger Together to play Signature Sunglasses. I will exhaust Wonderfan's draw card. I will jump up into hero form, which will trigger Signature Sunglasses. After you change form, you can either choose a turn event with a printed resource from a discard pile underneath Ionic Physiology, or you may take a card already tucked underneath Ionic Physiology and put it into your hand. I will choose to take Ionic Blast and put that into my hand. And then I will play Active Altruism, and I will just overpay with Mr. Hollywood to take a total of 3 threat off the main, back down to 1, and gain 1 health, back up to 10 health. Next, I will use Jet Belt to discard a card to pay for a resource. So there's 1, 2, Mr. Hollywood. So that will be 2, and I might as well get rid of Relentless Assault. Yes. Okay. So I will be dealing a total of 5 damage to the Klaw. Down to 10 health. I'll tuck that underneath Ionic Physiology, gaining 1 health back up to full. And then I will be spending Relentless Assault, Energy Siphon, and taking 2 damage to play Vision for a total of 4. Resources spent. Down to 9. Vision will enter play. I will have him attack for 2, so he will take 1 damage. Klaw is down to 8 health. I'll have Shuri attack for 1, down to 7 health. And I will attack for 4, down to 3 health, discarding all the 3 cards underneath. And that will be the end of my turn. But very importantly, before I forget, Klaw has Retaliate. So Vision will take 2. That will actually defeat Shuri outright, and I will take a damage. And then I will draw up to my hand size. Relentless Assault. For Justice, I decked out, so I will get 1 encounter card. Let's see what the other 3 are. Everywhere All at Once, Shuri, Everywhere All at Once. Not the greatest cards to play, or for next turn. 1 threat goes on the main. Klaw will attack for a base of 1 and 2 encounter cards. I will take this damage. Hopefully I don't regret it this time. If this activation damages you, exhausts your hero. Not ideal. So total 3 damage, and we are exhausted anyways. Down to 5 health. Encounter cards. First one. When revealed, choose take 2 damage or place a threat on the main. I will put the threat on the main. And a guard, armored guard with toughness. Awesome. Okay. Alright, so at this stage of the game, Shuri is not going to be of any benefit to us with her entering and finding an upgrade, because we have all the upgrades that we have, or at least that we need, already in play. So she will be great for Relentless Assault. So I will spend Shuri and Everywhere All at Once to play Relentless Assault and attack the Hydra Bomber for 5. So that will be 2 damage there, with 3 carrying over onto Klaw, knocking Klaw out completely. I didn't even have to worry about the armored guard. So we have defeated both stages of Klaw and have won the game. Thank you very much for joining me for another episode of Core Plus on Coffee with Champions. I am your host, Thorbowski, and now that this game is over, I'm going to get myself another cup of coffee. Thank you very much for joining me. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, and be on the lookout for more videos.